What do you do, my Your boys coming through once again with a new video. In today's video, I want to talk about how was my reintegration into society, how it was, right? Especially into Mexico. I did 15 years, got deported to Mexico, right? My story might be different than somebody who did time in the States and got what's called parole in the States. You know, their release is going to be supervised. My release is not. So I'm more free to do whatever I want. If I got issues, I'm more free to fall into those issues with no supervision, you know? And this is a question that a lot of people had asked me, right? And I have answered it on the lives and stuff like that. So I was like, you know what? Let me make a video. But before we continue with this video, man, if you want to support the channel, man, don't forget to subscribe, to like the video, por favor, and comment what you think about this. What was your experience when, if you had a family member who got parole, how it was? Like, was it difficult or not? Or if it was you who got parole, which is difficult or not, man? I know that a lot of people go through different stages. It's different for everybody, you know. But with this being said, let's go to the story time, or sharing my experience. So, as I was saying, if somebody was to get released in the States, they would have to go to parole, right? They go to parole, and sometimes they do give them probation nowadays, you know. Also, for the people who've been doing a gang of time, they will ask you to go to a re-entry home. What is a re-entry home? It's usually a place that has nothing but people who just left prison. Could be lifers or people who had a long ass time, and they're supposed to be in that re-entry home from somewhere between 6 months to a year, depending what kind of re-entry home you go to. So I don't know if they help you with the job or whatever, but it helps you to ease back into society, right? Show you more responsibilities and stuff like that, and help you in a way, right? Help you in a way with that, with the house, with the roof on top of your shoulder, or on top of your head, right? So as for me, I was just let go. They kicked me to the border, and there you go, man. Go find your way, do what you have to do, and that's what I did. Was it difficult for me? No. I'm glad that I didn't have to be supervised. I'm glad that I didn't have to go through a re-entry home, because it would have been difficult, honestly. Being locked up for so many years, and then knowing that your freedom is right there, but you still can't get it. You can't grasp it yet. And that's why I send my respects to all the lifers, man. They have to go through all that stuff. So was it difficult for me to get back into society, into Mexico? Well, you have to think it this way, man. Half of my life, it was behind those cell doors. I did 15 years. I just turned 19 when I got busted. So if you basically were to compare it, it's half of my life. 4 years and younger, man, what do I know about life, right? So it's half of my life. So that's what I knew. I knew how prison was. I knew the program. I knew how to live in a cell. Now, when I was let go into society, man, this is my freedom. That's something that I haven't experienced for a long ass time. And at that point, I didn't care where I was. I could have gone to a different country, Thailand, China, India. It wouldn't matter. I was free. I can understand for somebody who maybe did like 2-3 years and they're on their 30s and got deported. It might be difficult to come to Mexico. I understand that 100%. But for me, man, that last part of my life, man, I was in prison. So, of course, regaining my freedom and coming to Mexico was something like, wow, like something I was thankful for. Thankful also because I was not under supervised under the supervision of somebody else, right? So I was free to do whatever I want. If I want to take a beer, take a beer, but always with responsibility. One thing that it was hard for me to actually grasp, to get over, is the fact that there's a lot of people right here who don't got palabra, right? So when they tell you something, they don't follow through, and man, it is difficult sometimes to deal with that, especially when they ask you for money or whatever, and you barely have money. I just got out of prison, and people are asking me for money because, of course, I'm pushing myself. I'm trying to make hustle to get money. So people saw that and it's like, hey man, can I borrow this much money or whatever? Or they do some kind of tranzas in a way that, oh, I'm gonna pay you when this time pops up or whatever, and they never do. And that did affect me in a way, because I was like, man, I just got out of prison. You've been out here all your life and you're asking me for money. So that's the kind of thing that I was like, man, Mexico sucks, right? And you're always gonna come across those individuals. It doesn't matter where you're at. Now, other thing is the way how people uh live right here. They live careless. They're just like, how will you say it? Like bruscos with everything. Like they just do it. Screw it. There's like a traffic law or any common sense. They just do it. They just trying to push their way into something, even though they don't fit there. They're still trying to push their way into that, and that bothers me a lot because I'm always with the man. Like, what are you doing? Is you don't have common sense. You don't have respect for the other people, and basically a lot of people being rude in a way by doing something they don't supposed to do, right? And that also was very hard for me, But at first I was struggling with that, right? I was trying to be like the tough guy in a sense, like, oh, do you want to do this? I'm gonna do the opposite to just push you, to show you that, oh, you're not gonna do that in front of me, right? But as time went, I learned to be like, you know what, it doesn't matter. Just let them be, let them do whatever they want to do, and eventually, I just concentrate on different things, man. I concentrate on doing me, and because one thing I had to understand, or came to understand, is that see, in Mexico, everybody enjoys life. They work and they spend their money on the weekend. A lot of people, a lot of places do that, but in Mexico, I noticed this. You know what I mean? Like I said, half of my life I lived in prison. So when I was younger, I probably didn't pay attention to this, but I'm paying attention to it now, and I see it in Mexico. Like, people work to party on the weekends, to do the carne asada, to party and whatever. And at the end of the day, here comes Monday. There's no money in their pockets, and it is a nice life, honestly. But can I afford that? No. That was one thing that I was always put in my mind. The fact that I didn't have time to play with that. Why? Because I don't have a bank account. I didn't have nothing to fall back into. Maybe those guys, after being out for so many years, all their life, they build some kind of savings. So maybe they're more chill and whatever when it comes to their money and stuff like that. But I couldn't afford that. I'm trying to make something out of myself. So for me, it was more like work, work, work. Trying to get different side hustles and stuff like that to make money. And thankfully, thank God, we are where we at, and it was not easy. It took a lot of work, and it took a gamble. It took a gamble. At the end of the day, it was a gamble, because we don't know when an idea is going to skyrocket, or it's gonna go or it's gonna be dead, flatline. So the only way to find out if we have a good idea is actually to make the effort to put it out there and put in the hard work and understand how to I guess put in the work or help it to pick up if it's struggling, right? Never get scared to get your hands dirty and do extras for let's say for that idea to become successful. So with this being said, man, I thought I should open up a little bit to you guys, man, something different. And hopefully you like this video, man. With this being said, we are out. Wish nothing but the best to you and your familia. Al ratos.